Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. It's only one video today, I apologise. Listen, it's a Sunday and I was here earlier on and I was looking, I'm like, there's nothing happening. It's a dead afternoon. It's a dead morning. Nothing's happened. Literally nothing happened. Except for, and this is something I've decided to put into this video, is the not the unveiling. It's the leak of Chelsea's away kit for next season and how it's going to look, right? That's it. That's all we had. Couple of things from Barcelona, which I'll mention at the end. That's it. So I'm like, nah, you know what? Look, we're not gonna force things, right? When concrete things pop up, we'll talk. When concrete rumors pop up, even if they're rumors, or like I clarified the whole Harry Kane to Chelsea thing, that's because it was popping about and people were starting to talk, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give my opinion on it, right? Because it's starting to get a little bit big. I'll do that, but when nothing happens, I'm not going to force it. So, you're getting one video today, but it's Sunday. You best believe everyone tomorrow, Monday morning, is at their desks, working hard, grafting, and getting all the information out. And when that happens, I will be here to give you a second video. So, we'll see what happens tomorrow as the new week does begin. But this evening, we've had quite a lot come out. So, you're getting one concrete good video. So we're going to start off with the latest on Christian Pulisic. David Ornstein has decided to tell us what is going on with Christian Pulisic, and it seems like now things are in motion for a move. Let's get into it. Here's the latest from David Ornstein. AC Milan in direct contact with Chelsea about signing Christian Pulisic. Verbal offer for the 24-year-old in the region of 14 million euros. Personal terms no issue, but Chelsea value attacker higher. Plus also interest from elsewhere. This goes hand in hand with what we've heard about Christian Pulisic not too long ago in the last few days, where the values are a little bit different, but there's a difference of about 10 million euros, which again, I've said will be resolved. If Christian Pulisic is happy to go, and I think that right now, the way that it looks, he will be happy to just leave. Chelsea will be happy to let him go. But they're not just going to give him away for peanuts. They're going to try and get a considerable amount, or a fair amount. So 25 million or so is a fair amount. You know, you're going to try and negotiate, come close to 20. I think we'd accept that. Yes, we make a loss in terms of, I think, 35 or 40 million loss. But at the end of the day, Pulisic, with the time that we gave him, with his injuries and everything that he went through, I think it's only fair. You know, that we take the loss, cool, but he's off the wage bill. So that would be happy days for us. We'll see what happens. That's the latest with Christian Pulisic. Let me know your thoughts down below. And as I've said, even though there is interest elsewhere, I'm pretty sure he'll end up at AC Milan. Pretty sure. So let's wait and see what happens. Let's move to a player that everyone's been waiting for. And you know what? We heard, this is about Caicedo. We heard that, when was it? 3 days ago, I think. 24, 48 hours, talks are going to be happening. And then we heard nothing. And that can be a good sign. When you don't hear anything, it can be a good sign. It doesn't mean that necessarily nothing's happening, but it could mean that things are being done quietly, away from any leaks or the public eye or anything like that. So, here's the latest from Caicedo, about Caicedo from Fabrizio Romano, and it does look like, hey, things are moving, but quietly. So, here it is. Understand, Chelsea will continue talks with Brighton for Moises Caicedo next week. Clubs will be in direct contact as negotiations are ongoing. Chelsea hope to find a solution soon as personal terms are not an issue. Moises already said yes to Chelsea, talks on. So, there we are. Things are happening, discussions are underway, we're talking. We'll leave them to it. We'll leave them to it. I do think that this week we're going to get a breakthrough. I think this... To be honest, look, we haven't really got a choice. It's July the 2nd. Tomorrow's July 3rd. Pochettino walks into Cobham for the first time tomorrow morning. So, we want to try and get this done in the next 24 hours. That would be great. Worst case scenario, 48 hours. Yeah, he'll miss a day of pre-season. It's not the end of the world. You know, so the next 48 hours, I'm hoping we can get a deal done. I'm hoping to see the here we go, the Ornstein dagger, exclusive, deal agreed, like all of that. Hopefully that's going to happen within the next 24 to 48 hours. So that is the transfer to keep your eyes on. Now, The next big thing for Chelsea, fingers crossed, isn't about a player leaving. It's about Caicedo signing. Let's keep our eyes peeled for that one and see how it ends up. Now, talking about trying to make things happen, it looks like the goalkeeping situation has now been resolved. And it's not what a lot of people are going to want, but I'll explain. Here it is. Onana and Mignon are too expensive for Chelsea. They are looking for a backup goalkeeper who can also help in rotation with Kepa. That's from Fabrizio. And look, I've clarified my stance on this, and I'll say it again. I would love to have a new goalkeeper. Being able to get someone in that's going to be competition, I hope is going to actually provide competition and not just be there happy to be number 2. Like, no, I would love to have a goalkeeper that's actually going to test Kepa. Kepa isn't a bad goalkeeper. He's got one flaw, one weakness that we know everyone knows, and that's where I'm a little bit uncertain. But it's not the end of the world. Because like I've said before, his weakness is the fact that everyone knows, take a shot from distance, chances are he'll probably go in. He can't save long shots. He just can't, right? Great shot stopper, but he can't save a long shot for his life. Now, with Pochettino bringing his own goalkeeping coach, right, to Chelsea with him as part of his staff, let's see what work he can do with Kepa. Let's see what he can do to change Kepa. Got to give an opportunity here. Now, I also want to clarify, the fact that, yes, Kepa has that flaw doesn't make him a disastrous goalkeeper. It's just a goalkeeper that we look at and go, we can do better. We can do better, you know? And that would be nice to have a goalkeeper where we feel a little bit more secure. But we have to remember that last season wasn't necessarily about conceding goals. It was the fact we couldn't score. We couldn't hit a barn door. We couldn't score into an open net if our lives depended on it last season. The goalkeeper could just move out of the way. The defence could be like, here's the red carpet. The club butlers could come in with a knife and fork and spoon and also, here you go, help yourself. Would you like a glass with that? Like, we could get the premium service to put the ball in the net and we'd still miss. That was the problem. So when you take that into context, if you're not scoring, if you can't score goals, you're going to still concede the odd one goal here, maybe a couple here, and you're going to lose those games because you're not scoring. That was a big problem for us last season. So taking that into context, the fact that last season our problem was scoring, we conceded the normal amount that we do tend to see in an everyday season. Normal season, season by season, we went with the same sort of ratio. In fact, we actually done all right in terms of goals conceded. But because we couldn't score a flipping goal to save our lives, we lost most of those games. 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 1-0, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 1-0. What? That's it. So, bearing that in mind, if we can fix the attack, Kepa looks better. And that's where I hope that with a better defence, fingers crossed, Levi Colwell coming in, etc., Reece James back, hopefully to full fitness. Ben Chilwell back to full fitness. All of these guys. A better structure. A DM. A better midfield. That we concede less. And if we address the attacking situation, hopefully that's going to prevent us from conceding because we're going to be scoring more, putting in more pressure, killing games earlier, winning more games, and Kepa can, rest a little bit. Fingers crossed, but it would be nice to get a new goalkeeper in and hopefully we get someone that's actually going to provide competition. So, as I said before, I'm alright with Kepa staying, but, we have to go and get a top striker. No excuses. If we keep Kepa, we don't address the attacking situation, we're going to end up in the same scenario. So we have to, look, we're keeping Kepa cool. That money goes to a striker. We go and get a top striker now. A striker that's going to make sure we're getting the ball in the net. Now, we got Jackson, I know, but I mean someone that's going to be the main guy, prolific, someone that we can look at and go, yes. Fingers crossed, we'll see what happens. Let me know who you think we should go for down below. Let's move to this midfield situation. And there's news on Romeo Lavia. And I think this isn't happening now. For Chelsea, I think it's out of our grasp. So, here it is. Ben Jacob says, Liverpool seriously exploring Romeo Lavia. Southampton value Lavia around 50 million, but Liverpool feel a lower fee could be possible. Arsenal not advanced on Lavia yet, but he's also on their radar. CFC focused on Moises Caicedo for now. Still told circa 70 million plus add-ons is possible. And this is the situation from a Chelsea standpoint. Felix Johnson says Chelsea have stepped back their interest in Romeo Lavia for now. The price quoted, as said here, was much higher than Chelsea's valuation, and there is also a huge excitement about seeing Andre Santos in pre-season. Caicedo number 1 target, and Vega a different profile. This is why I'm saying I don't think we're getting Lavia. And now, you know what? I don't think we're actually going to get any other midfielder. I'm talking in terms of DM. So we have Enzo, we get Caicedo. I don't think we're going to get that third guy. I think Vega will come in. It looks like we're trying to actually go for Ryan Cherki of Lyon. Wirtz was meant to be an option, but apparently Bayer Leverkusen are going to be keeping him. End of discussion. So we'll see. But that replacement of, let's say, the Mason Mount position is going to be more vital to us. And Kunku's already coming, I guess, as Kai Havertz's replacement, if we're looking in terms of like for like. We get Caicedo in. I don't think we get that third guy. We've got Chukwuemeka that's going to be there in the squad. As has been said, Santos, there's going to be an eye from Pochettino on Santos, but not just him, I think even Casadei. We do have midfielders there that we have to keep an eye on and see, how good are they? Are they ready? Are they not? Do we send them on a loan? Who knows? Because Santos is a big talent. Casadei has shown he's a big talent. You never know. They who knows? If they do impress very, very early on, Poch might just keep them. Or keep one of them. So, in terms of midfield, we might be covered. And I think even for Chukwuemeka's sake, I think if he's involved, then we're okay. But let's wait and see what happens. No specific decisions being made yet, so we'll see. But Vega coming in as well to replace Mount, I think is also going to add more option here. So, yeah. We'll see what happens in that role. Personally, my own opinion, I would love to have a third deep-lying midfielder. Someone that sits as a 6. If we're going to have Enzo, who's going to have a little bit more license next to Caicedo, but what if something happens to one of them? Who are we going to replace him with? Who's playing in a double pivot? I don't see anyone. Not Gallagher. Hell no. I'm not doing that. So, look, we'll see. Chukwuemeka in a double pivot, that's not really his role. So I would like to go and get someone. Even if it's just, someone a little bit more rotational, but we'll see. We'll see. Now, talking about Romeo Lavia, here's the latest as well from Fabrizio. Liverpool are in the race for Romeo Lavia since Monday, and no changes despite Szoboszlai and McAllister incoming. Liverpool remain keen on signing Lavia, on list with Thuram. Arsenal still very interested, but it depends on Thomas' exit. Southampton want £50 million fee. Liverpool are moving mad. They've already got Szoboszlai. They've got McAllister. Now they're looking for Lavia. They've got Thuram on their list. They are really transforming the area of the pitch that they really needed to transform. Liverpool needed to address the midfield, and boy are they. So fair play to them. Absolutely fair play to them. Arsenal, I think they've spent enough in midfield. I don't think they're going to do it. Although there is one story that popped up, and this is why I don't think they'll go for Lavia. If they're going to go for anyone, they might go for someone we're going to mention later. So keep your eyes peeled. Now, here the latest from Fabrizio on Chelsea as a whole. Cesar Azpilicueta, Ethan Ampadu, Trevor Chalobah, Malang Sarr, Baba Rahman, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic and Callum Hudson-Odoi could all still leave Chelsea this summer. Unbelievable. We've still got this many names leaving. We let go of how many? We've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And still, we haven't addressed... We've not said Gallagher. There's a chance Gallagher could stay, to be honest. But... who else? No, Loftus-Cheek's gone. We have that many players in the squad. I've lost count. We've lost count. It's game over. But there's a lot of lads going. I'm actually excited to see what this new look Chelsea team is going to look like, because no one really knows what we're going to find on day one of not day one of pre-season, but day one of our first game in the United States. No one's going to know. So let's wait and see what happens. Talking about another person that could be leaving, and this is a name that wasn't mentioned in the list that I just said, and that's the name that I think I was trying to remember, and bloody hell is a big one. Here it is. Inter are expected to contact Chelsea again next week in order to advance on Romelu Lukaku deal. New round of talks could take place after signing Brozovic deal. New approach expected to be for loan move with buy clause and potential payment in installments. We already know this. Inter, get on with it. I'm not going to say anything else. Inter, just get on with it, please. This is getting silly. Just cough up. You're getting the money for Brozovic, right? Well, thank you. Send that over here. We'll give you Lukaku. Or send your goalkeeper our way. We'll take Onana. You don't need to pay a penny. Just send Onana, we'll give you Lukaku. How's that? I will do that. I think that's a great deal. Why that's not been entertained, I don't know. I mean, yeah, Man United want Onana. Yeah, they'll get money for him. But do Inter really want Lukaku? Because if they do, it's an easy swap. We'll see. We'll see. Now, talking about Pochettino, and he starts work tomorrow. He drives to Cobham for the first time. You know, all of that. We're probably going to get the big Poch unveiling tomorrow. Here's the latest on Poch and his staff's routine. Jesus Perez will normally arrive at the training ground at 7:30 a.m. and after having breakfast and meeting with Mauricio Pochettino, will hold a 9 a.m. medical meeting in his office, where plans for each player are discussed and adjusted every day. Programs are never made for the group, but for every individual. And that's his assistant right there. That's the guy that comes in at 7:30. Fair play. Fair play. Fair play. If they do this, programs are made for every individual, for each player. There's a lot of attention to detail there. You know what's mad? More and more we start to hear about their way, the way that they work, what they do. The more and more I start to feel confident about who we are in the hands of. And so far, Poch's staff and him and his approaches and what we've heard so far, I can't find a negative. The only negative is the doubt about can he do it at the highest level. But so far, everything we've heard is just great. It's great. So I hope when we put it into practice, we actually see the results and it reflects. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We get to see it blossom into what we want to see. Hopefully. Now, here's Chelsea's away kit for next season. And I don't know what to think of this. Exclusive leak, Chelsea's 23-24 away shirt. The shirt is inspired by the away kit from the 2002-03 season colour-wise. Here it is. This is apparently how it's going to look like. Now, as an away shirt, not the end of the world. I don't know if we tried to make this look like the Soccer Aid kit, just to get Poch to keep winning. Is that the thinking behind it? Apologies. I genuinely don't know what to think on it because we saw the images of the home kit and it didn't look great. But this is one of those kits where I think when you see it in the flesh, it might actually look unbelievable or it could look horrific. So we'll see. We'll see what way it's going to go when we actually get to see it in the flesh and we can make a decision there. But Nike, I've had enough of Nike now, man. Can we go back to Adidas? Please, can we just go back to Adidas? We're seeing this season after season with Nike. Not once under Nike, right, do we see a shirt and go, oh my God, wow, yes, I'm buying that now. Like, you literally go to the Megastore website, you're like, buy. Like, that's not happened once. It's not happened. So, yeah. I don't know, maybe the season we just had, that wasn't a bad shirt. But look at the season we had in it. No one's going to buy that shirt ever again. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on that top down below. And we'll wait to see what the home kit's going to look like. And we'll only get to see it properly once we actually get a shirt sponsor, like I've already clarified. So we'll see who we're going to get in terms of a shirt sponsor. And we'll go from there. Now, let's backtrack. I mentioned Arsenal earlier on, didn't I? And I mentioned about them going for a central midfielder. And there's talk about maybe they're going to go for Lavia. But they're not really concentrating on that right now. And here is a possible reason why. And look, yesterday we spoke about the possible link of Mbappe. Very unrealistic, right? But this, weirdly enough, for the circumstances as to why this could happen. And if this happens, Arsenal's midfield is stacked. Here it is. Arsenal could make a move for Real Madrid star Aurelien Tchouameni after a deal for Declan Rice is set to be completed next week. After signing Jude Bellingham for 88 million, Real Madrid could be forced to sell some players in order to comply with FFP rules if they are to also bring in star striker Kylian Mbappe. Arsenal are monitoring the situation closely with Mikel Arteta, wanting to bring in one more midfielder if Thomas Partey leaves the club this summer. Arsenal and Real Madrid have a very good relationship after past negotiations, and that is what he would look like. This is interesting. This one I can actually see substance to. And it makes sense. Financially, it makes complete sense. Because you get Jude Bellingham, big fee. They're going to get Mbappe. I reckon Real Madrid have that nailed on. They get Mbappe. FFP kicks in. They got to let someone go. Are they going to let Camavinga go, or are they going to let Tchouameni go? You best believe Camavinga's staying exactly where he is. It's not going to be him. It'll probably be Tchouameni. So Arsenal come calling for the amount of money that they could get for someone like Tchouameni, which would be substantial. They will be generating quite a lot back after buying Bellingham and Mbappe. And they bought Bellingham, so they're covered in midfield. It can be in, one out. Bellingham in, Tchouameni out. It could be. Probably not what they would have wanted, but if they're going to go and get Mbappe, they're going to have to make a sacrifice, because you just cannot comply with FFP by getting Bellingham and Mbappe in the same window. It can't be done. It's impossible. At Real Madrid, for the wages they're going to be getting, you're destroying FFP in an instant. So Tchouameni could be the sacrificial lamb. And look, if Arsenal were to get Tchouameni, oh man, I have to say, like, I said this when they lost the title, and I've clarified this yesterday as well with the whole Mbappe link. If they address and get the players that need to come in positions that need to be bolstered for them to mount that title challenge, you best believe they will mount that title challenge. They get Tchouameni in after getting Rice in. Even Kai Havertz, right? But again, am I concerned about Kai Havertz in that team? No. I reckon Rice will have impact, but they get Tchouameni in, that midfield's covered. Absolutely covered. Absolutely covered. You know? So, yeah, that's the one area of the pitch where they really needed to bolster. They got their defence sorted. They've got their attack sorted. Man, Arsenal could be onto something. So let's wait and see. Now, before we wrap up, here's the latest on Harry Kane. Spurs calm for now after Harry Kane's situation. Ange Postecoglou is planning for the new season with him at the club. He will hold talks with Kane to stress this. Kane has not to date told Spurs he wants to leave. Give it time. Give it time, give it time. I don't think even Harry Kane would say anything now. He'll wait. He'll wait until close to the end of the window, where Tottenham are now forced to sell, forced to act quick, unless, one big unless, if Harry Kane is willing to just accept mediocrity and just accept winning nothing in his career. If he's just happy to do that, then fair enough. That's his personal decision. It's a stupid one, but it's a personal decision and I respect it. It's simple. So I think, look, after what's happened between him and that club and the fact that he's held on for this long, he has remained loyal. He's remained professional. Even though he wanted to go, he agreed with that verbal agreement which went down the pan. So even then, he stuck to his word. Look, if I was him, I'd be telling the club I want to go and then just wait for what club's going to come in. And like I said, I think Man United will be coming for him. And I think Chelsea will try. Because Poch would definitely not go, no, I don't want Harry Kane. Of course he'd want Harry Kane. It's just the fundamentals and the all the characteristics of this deal just doesn't make sense in terms of Chelsea and Spurs. It's very, 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 very difficult to do. So we might try, attempt it, but that's about it. So let's wait and see what happens there. And yeah, I reckon closer to the end of the window, we might see movement about Harry Kane leaving Tottenham. Keep your eyes peeled. Stay tuned on that. Now, before we end, I'm going to show you this about Barcelona because I found this hilarious. Here's two pieces of news for you. So, Barcelona hope to close the signing of Arda Güler next week. The club believes that he will accept their offer of staying at Fenerbahce for another year. In fact, if there are enough sales, he will be a Blaugrana this summer, which is bizarre. And it's a reliable source in terms of Barcelona. But this player has been seriously hyped and seriously made to look like this super wonder kid. I've not seen enough of him to be able to tell you if I think he's the next Mbappe. I've seen enough of him to think, yeah, he's decent, but to say this kid's special, you know, like that's what's being portrayed by Barca and by Real Madrid, because both are interested. So don't know what will happen to this kid, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, he's being hyped very, very, very highly. Time will tell how he ends up. But this made me laugh from Barcelona. Only one document is missing to complete the transfer of Vitor Roque to FC Barcelona. The club has reached total agreement with Atletico Paranaense for 35 million euros fixed plus 10 million euro variables. He will join this summer to replace Lewandowski and sign for 6 seasons until 2029 with a release clause of 1 billion euros. That club makes me sick. I'm sorry, man. Barcelona take the mick. I'm sorry. Come on. Are they that insecure? Are they that insecure? By the way, he's not going to replace Lewandowski. Let's just have it right. Lewandowski will still play, and then when he retires, when he stops playing, I'm guessing this is the guy they want to step in after Lewandowski. But he's not coming in to replace Lewandowski and put Lewandowski on the bench. That's not happening. You best believe Lewandowski will just, as I said, retire when he retires. But this guy's been bought, and he's got a release clause of 1 billion euros. What's the point? What's the point? What, you scared someone's going to try and come in? You know? I mean, like, absolutely unbelievable. I find that so, it's funny. It's insecure. I just thought I'd mention it because who does that? Who does that? No one does that except Barcelona. What a club. What a club. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on that and how hilarious you found it, or if you think there's a logical reason behind it, put it down below. At the end of the day, look, if there's no release clause, a club wants to come in, they got to deal with the club. There's no release clause. So the player is under contract. You got to talk to the club. So what's the point of $1 billion? What do they actually think someone's going to come in and pay $1 billion for him? Are they thinking Saudi are that crazy that they're going to spend $1 billion on this guy? Nah, come on. Come on. You could buy not just one country. You could buy nations with that money. Honestly. Anyway, let's wait and see what happens. Let me know your thoughts down below in relation to everything that I've discussed today. And I will see you tomorrow for a couple of new ones. Because tomorrow I'm sure things will kick off. It's Monday. Things will be happening. So make sure you guys are here. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow morning for video number 1 of the day. Thank you very much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to be notified. Well, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. But make sure you are subbed if you haven't already. Hit the like button if you did enjoy this video. And I will see all of you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. See you then. Take care. And peace.